She laughed when he walked onto the construction site in his U.S. Army uniform. She didn't even bother to lower her voice. "What's next? The Army's sending us babysitters now," she sneered to her foreman. The other managers chuckled along, and the safety inspectors just shook their heads, convinced this consultation was a waste of time. But when the accident happened, nobody was laughing anymore. His name was Staff Sergeant Michael Park. He served 7 years as a United States Army combat engineer, earning 2 meritorious service medals. During one deployment, he was crushed by falling debris while building a bridge under enemy fire. The incident cost him the full use of his left hand, but saved his entire unit. He lost his grip strength that day, but he never lost his eye for danger. After a medical discharge, Park didn't leave construction behind. He rebuilt his career as a safety consultant. He couldn't operate heavy machinery, but he could spot a deadly hazard before it could kill. For years, he worked quietly, rarely mentioning his combat experience. Until one scorching July afternoon when disaster struck without warning. It was a busy day at the Metro Tower construction site, with workers racing to build the city's newest skyscraper. At 2:20 p.m., the main crane began to sway dangerously in the high winds. Metal groaned under impossible stress, and warning lights flashed red across the control panel. The crane operator radioed for help, but his calls were ignored by the supervisors. Workers continued welding on the 15th floor, directly in the crane's potential collapse path. From a site office, Staff Sergeant Park watched the disaster unfold through his binoculars. His Army engineering training screamed immediate danger. He quickly calculated the wind loads, structural limits, and catastrophic failure points. The crane would collapse within minutes, crushing dozens of workers. Without a second thought, he grabbed his radio and began evacuating the danger zone. Park ran through scaffolding and concrete, his damaged hand throbbing with every movement. He pulled welders away from their work and guided ironworkers toward emergency exits. His voice, sharpened by years of military command, cut through the noise of the construction site. Just as he'd predicted, the crane collapsed. Tons of steel crashed into the empty space where 23 workers had been standing only moments before. Every single person survived because of his quick thinking. The news called him a guardian angel. The workers called him their lifesaver. But the construction company? They only saw problems. They fired him the next morning. The official reason was disrupting work schedules, exceeding safety authority, and creating panic. No bonus, no gratitude, just a termination notice. Park stayed silent, but the workers he saved didn't. They were furious that their hero was being discarded like broken equipment and contacted a labor rights attorney. In court, the company's lawyer spoke with dismissive arrogance. Mr. Park caused mass hysteria. He was hired for consultation, not emergency response. He violated protocols and cost us millions. The judge's eyes blazed. Her voice was deadly quiet. "So, you're telling me," she said slowly, "that letting that crane crush 23 workers would have been more profitable?" The lawyer's confidence crumbled. We're not saying that." "That is exactly what you're saying," she shot back. "This soldier prevented a mass casualty event while your supervisors ignored safety warnings. He saved lives and you fired him for it. That isn't business management, it's criminal negligence." The courtroom erupted. The judgment was swift. Immediate reinstatement, a 7-figure settlement, and a federal safety investigation.